Disney's sing-along songs Honor to Us All was originally released in 1998, and I have to say this is a pretty decent selection of songs and some pretty rare ones that I wasn't expecting. So as always, I will go through the songs, share some thoughts on whether I like the song and if I think it feels like it fits in as a whole package. To be honest, I haven't identified an overarching theme here, so it does feel a little bit scattered, a little bit of a free-for-all. But at the same time, that does mean there's a strong element of surprise. So if, like me, you'd rather experience it for the first time not knowing which songs are included, I thoroughly recommend that. I don't look at the song list in advance and I really enjoy the surprise of not knowing what song is next. But now, of course, I will discuss the songs in detail. So we start off with Honor to Us All from Mulan. I don't care for it. It's not a song I know very well. I'm not a big fan of Mulan. But obviously, given that it's the title of this sing along songs, I knew the song would feature. I don't mind it, but I don't have any particular feelings about it, to be honest. Then we have Zero to Hero from Hercules. It's not my favourite Hercules song. It's not the one that I would have chosen, but it did mean that I got to watch a clip from, I haven't seen that part of Hercules in a long time. And yeah, again, I didn't mind it. I have no strong feelings about it. I feel like they're two of the only songs in this where I'm not that bothered. A couple of the others I have slightly stronger opinions about, and one of them is the next song, the Siamese cat song from Lady and the Tramp. I know this song gets a lot of hate today, and yeah, it is slightly awkward. But as a song, as a piece of music, it's very catchy and very addictive. The actual portrayal of these, Siamese cats is a little bit questionable, but as a song, it always takes me straight back to my childhood, and I love Lady and the Tramp. Then we have Where Do I Go From Here from Pocahontas 2, and I've only seen Pocahontas 2 once, but actually this song was quite familiar, which of course is a strong sign that it's a pretty good song, and I rather enjoyed listening to it here. I couldn't sing along to it, I didn't know the words very well at all, but definitely an enjoyable song. Then we have A Guy Like You from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Not one of my favourite Disneys, but it's not a bad film. But as a song, I didn't know it too well either. I found here that with the songs I don't know very well, I really don't know them well, and the songs that I know well, I love tremendously. Such as A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella, the next one. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful song. It's quite an interesting choice as well. Also with Lady and the Tramp, I guess. Most of the other films are very recent at the time of this release in 1998, whereas Cinderella and a couple of the others are much older. So it's an interesting choice that they've included a couple of older ones. I like that, of course, but certainly I feel like it almost would have worked better if all of the songs had been more recent. But it's not really a complaint, just more of an observation. Then we have one of my all-time favorite Disney songs ever, one of my all-time favorite songs ever, We Are One, from the wonderful Simba's Pride. I love that song, I love that film. I was so happy they included We Are One. To be honest, it's not a song I would have thought that they would have included. I think You Pendy is one that's maybe a bit better to sing, a bit livelier, a bit more upbeat. But even with that, I love it, absolutely adore it. So for me, really glad it's included. Then we have A Little Thought from Beauty and the Beast, Belle's Magical World. It's a song I know vaguely, not in any great detail, but I do like it. Not a bad song. In general, I'm not the biggest fan of Belle as a character. I don't dislike her, I just don't love her the way I know a lot of people do. So any song she sings, I can usually take or leave, but it's not a bad song. Then we have On the Open Road, which is from a Goofy movie. I'm not a Goofy fan. I think the Goofy movie is a good film, but I personally don't love it. And the song, I wasn't that bothered about. Then we have the song from Hercules that I do think of the most when I think of Hercules, and this is I Won't Say I'm in Love, which I love. It is fabulous fun to sing. It's a wonderful clip to watch. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we have Father and Son from Aladdin and the King of Thieves, and that's another one where I have no real thoughts about it. It's an okay song. I don't mind it. And then, of course, we finish off with I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, finishing off with a song from the same film. And that's probably the song that I think of most when I think of Mulan as well. So with this one, we have songs that I either really, really love or songs that I'm just indifferent to. None of these songs I don't like. which I think is important. Occasionally with the sing along songs, there'll be a song I just don't care for. But here it's more a case of I'm just not overly familiar with them because they're a slightly rarer song that they don't usually feature as heavily in Disney compilations and things, which is good. It's good that it's giving attention to the lesser known songs, but it does mean it's slightly harder to sing along to, which is kind of the point. Though if I had this as a VHS as a child, I would have watched it on repeat over and over and over again, and I would have very quickly learned the lyrics. So it's a decent selection. I'm really glad we have Simba's Pride in there because it's one of my all-time favorite Disney films. And while this may not be my favorite Disney sing-along songs, I have to say it's pretty decent. Not a bad song selection at all. Definitely one that's worth checking out.